Gemini, it's Greg here to do your astrology forecast for May 2015. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to have a look at what's coming up for you, and good news, at the beginning of the month your ruling planet Mercury moves into your sign right on top of your rising in your first house of self. So you're going to feel like you've been electrified at the beginning of this month. Your mouth is going to find it very difficult to stay closed. You're going to have loads of ideas bubbling up. You're going to be interested in absolutely everything. You're going to be here and there and everywhere, zipping over town, connecting with different people, and it's going to be a super fun time for you at the beginning of this month. So get ready to have a great start to May. It looks fantastic. The full moon happens on the 4th of May in Scorpio in your 6th house. And that's interesting because the full moon is a blossoming, and you start to really get a little bit controlling about your life and the way it is. I think you're really happy with your life right now. I think you're very protective of it, and I think around the 4th of May someone could step in and suggest something that would take you from your wonderful life. You love your routine, you love where you live, you love the situation, and if someone comes in around the 4th, which is what I'm seeing here, you're going to get fiercely protective of it. And again, just go with that guidance that, you know, if someone's saying you have to change your life and you really don't want to, then don't. You know, if they're saying, well, to be promoted you have to move 2 hours north, well, then find another option. There's no point in crucifying yourself just to, you know, especially based on someone else's idea. Disregard that when it comes up on the 4th. Venus goes into Cancer on the 8th of May, and that happens in your 2nd house of finances and belonging. And I really think, Gemini, what you're going to be concerned with is family members and how you can provide for them. I think it may be that someone is struggling a little bit, but it will really fill your heart with love and giving and compassion and kindness and connection if you just accept that feeling and say, hey, I am in a position to help, I'm going to help. If you're not in a position to help financially, then help in some other way. But you're certainly going to feel the desire to be of service to someone else around that time. Okay, the 12th of May I see as a little bit of a red flag day for you because Mars sits right on top of your rising in Gemini in your 1st house. Mars is the soldier, he's the archetypal male figure, he's the man, he's the, you know, the butch kind of you know, guy who muscles in on situations and says, this is what I want. And I don't care what you want. So that's really what comes into your consciousness. So 12th of May, it's a great time to tackle something that you felt has been out of your reach, because you get that butch kind of, you know, think of yourself as a muscle bear on this day. That's really what comes in. And you're also going to communicate that, and you're going to feel completely electrified within yourself and completely powerful. So, something that you shied away from, that scared you, tackle it today. If you're in a situation where you don't really want to go, and someone says, oh, you know, just stop being a spoilsport and come along, and just kind of bite your tongue and come along, don't do it, because you'll get angry. Mars does not like to compromise, and the 12th of May particularly, you're not going to want to compromise, you're going to want your own way. That's on the 12th. The new moon happens on the 18th, and that's all around your rising sign. So really, Gemini, this is like you've been at the height of your powers for the majority of May up until the 18th, okay? And now the 18th comes along, and it's almost like a reinvention of yourself. You're going to have the desire to change your circumstances, but there's going to be, at the same time, this strange, crazy feeling that you have never been more self than you are at this very moment. Go with that feeling. If you feel like you are completely yourself, that's perfect and wonderful. You don't need to change anything with that. And I do kind of feel you got a lot of people kind of pecking at you a little bit in May and saying, do this and do this and do. If you don't want to listen, then don't listen and just go with your gut, and check in with your feelings. If you're feeling great, and if it ain't broke, why fix it? Right? I mean, that's what I think. Mercury goes retrograde on the 20th, and that happens in your 1st house. And you remember, your ruler is Mercury, so you're going to be influenced by this. You and Virgo are going to be influenced by this. So, That's on the 20th. It stays in retrograde until the 12th of June. And this is going to, again, feed into that sense of people wanting you to alter, or you kind of maybe thinking, should I change as a human being? Should I do things differently? Again, I would leave things as they are, mainly because it's the retrograde talking to you and not the reality of your life. I don't particularly see anything wrong with your life. I think you're a wonderful communicator. Mars is going to balance that out anyway a little bit because he's so pushy in the background. But again, it could add a sense of frustration to your life. Okay, so let's draw a card here to give you an overall theme for the month. And it's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which means that things are wonderful, things are good, and I don't say that flippantly, I really mean it. Things are wonderful for you, and you're transitioning into a period where things are becoming even clearer. So if you do get frustrated or something in May, don't quit before the miracle happens, don't get discouraged, keep going, and things will look fabulous for you, okay? If you have noticed that you're a little bit irritable, you'd like to find out how to manage that, or you do feel like you have a lot to say but you don't know exactly what format to put that in to benefit yourself, then please get in touch for a private reading. We can look at that and give you some kind of direction moving forward. Visit the website, it's gregoryscott.com, click on the readings tab and you'll see the types of readings that I offer. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you are notified of these new kind of releases, and I will speak to you soon.